How's it going, everyone? It's Abdallah here, bringing you guys an Animal Crossing Pocket Camp video, which shows how many ways that we can indeed make the game better. I've got over 60 points listed, and we're going to go through every single one of them so that we can make this game even better than it already is, make it even more successful than it already is, so that we, as the end consumer, can absolutely enjoy it. So, if you guys are excited for finding out different ways that you may have noticed, and you've been like, oh yeah, that would totally make the game way more fun for me, then definitely smash the like button, share this video with a friend, because we want to get everyone on board with this video so that the developers over at the Animal Crossing Pocket Camp app and Nintendo can see exactly what we want. Now, I've collected all sorts of suggestions all throughout the internet. There's so many awesome subreddits, there's so many different message boards, my community in and of itself have given me so many ideas, and we've compiled them together for you guys. Now, of course, if I miss any of these points that you guys noticed that I didn't say, definitely let me know in the comments section below. That's our comment question today. What would you like to see improved in the game and why? Comment below. So, without further ado, the main intention for this is not to nitpick the game. Most of these things are quality of life improvements that would make the game way more simple and way more enjoyable. But of course, towards the end, I'll tell you guys exactly what I'd like to see with the future of the game. Now, again, the point of this is to not bash Animal Crossing. Trust me, I love Animal Crossing. I've been here since the GameCube version. I've played this game on my YouTube channel for at least 15 episodes, and it's been super fun. I just feel like there is a need for more, and I want more out of this app. Anyway, so ultimately in the description below, what I want you guys to do is copy-paste a little text box that says exactly what we need to do. And of course, going over to more, going over to miscellaneous over here, we have the ability to go to customer support. You can click on feedback, and of course you can click an option which is going to be providing inquiries or other thoughts. You're going to copy and paste exactly what we put over there into here, click out of it, and then click on OK on the bottom, just so that we can send this feedback to the development team. Again, we want to make this game as successful as Fire Emblem Heroes is. Am I right? Man, Google Play nominated as the 2017 Game of the Year is awesome. Anyway, so let's do this. Now, I've made this my list over here, which is all in different bullet points, but they're all divided. So bear with me. Here we go. It's gonna be a long video. Now, of course, starting off, Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, right? Everything that I'm going to tell you guys on screen right now, I'm going to assume that you have played for a little bit. We have played on my YouTube channel, and we're already at level 40, which is pretty huge. That takes a long time to do. I've seen people all the way in level 50, level 60. That's pretty insane, and you guys are very dedicated to the game. So anyway, so let's get started with this. I believe that our friends list is where we're going to jump in first, because, I like the ability of adding friends. I like the ability of interacting with people who play the game along with you. So right off the bat, what our friends list is it's default sorted by all the people that have played recently. So if you look at the very top, you got it sorted by the people who played most recent, and at the very bottom, we got people that played from 8 days ago, which is interesting. Now, I would really like it if there was an option to sort based off of who needs help from the Shovel Strike inquiry, or of course, who has an updated market box. So you can take a look. Shovel Strike inquiry right over here is this little yellow shovel. So you can see Ice Fleeter over here. He physically tapped on my name and asked me to lend him a hand. So of course, I'm going to click on lend him a hand. We're going to do your part. And then of course, we're going to be done. It's going to go all the way back. Now, I want to be able to see every single one of those right off the bat. Maybe a button on the bottom next to this X over here that says, who needs help? Or sort by new market boxes. Something like that, so it can automatically sort those. I can see them easier, rather than sifting through all these people way over here. Now, if you guys have a small friends list, then it's not an issue. If you have a large friends list with a lot of people in it, then definitely it is something that can be improved upon. All right, the next thing that can totally be improved upon is adding a lend a hand to everyone button. Simply because you can see over here, we got a couple people that are asking me personally to lend a hand. Crystal, Aaron, we got Triforce82 asking to lend a hand. But of course, I want to be a good friend on the friends list, and I want to be able to lend a hand to everyone without me sifting through here and doing that. We have a button in the game that collects all the rewards, so why not do the exact same thing? All right, so those are the couple things I want there. So let's take a look over here. Let's look at BWA. Now, Whenever you click on a person in Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, you can see exactly what they're selling. You can see 4 items over here. I would like to see even more, because although these are like the super rare items that no one in their right minds are going to buy, we want to be able to see what else is in the box, right? Is this going to warrant me visiting there, or is that just a waste of my time? There should totally be a button, I don't know, maybe like somewhere over here that says view additional boxes. And then of course by clicking that, the game will load up all the additional boxes. I don't want them to load all 20 plus boxes on screen over here. That would take a lot of data, and of course it would take a long time to load everything up, especially if you're sifting through all of your friends on the list here. That would take a lot of time, but there should be some way of viewing them before visiting, because visiting, it does take a little bit of time. So anyway, so yeah, show the full contents of the box rather than just the sneak preview, because at the same time, like if you saw right in there, no one's gonna buy a tuna. There's no point in the tunas in the game. We'll get into that later, trust me. Or any of those rare bugs. There's no point in buying them. Anyway, other than that, I'd like to see all the way up top, instead of friends, I'd like to see a tab that says best friends. So in case you have a friend on your list that you always want to visit, because they're always putting the common stuff over there, always putting like fruits that you're totally in need of, always putting the rare, the pseudo rare bugs, all that stuff, that's who you want to go to. And I want to be able to sort from that. So that would be really great. All right, so other than that, let's see. I would also like a search option. So for example, as we know, since we played Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, we know that all the villagers do take a lot of your resources, and it takes a long time to get them. And sometimes those fish just don't want to appear, like a pale chub, for example, or, I don't know, a rare black bass. And you want to go through your entire list, and you want to see if someone's selling them, right? But it'll take a long time for you to go through over here. I'm looking for a pale chub. Sin, she doesn't have one. Okay, so I'm gonna go over here. All right, Sin doesn't have one. I'm gonna come over here. Now, where's Sin? Okay, let's go to Ice Fleeter. Ice Fleeter doesn't have a pale chub. Dang it. So, I mean, all these the pails, no one has any of the pails, so it's like I want to have an ability to search. A search function. Add it, I don't know, somewhere on the bottom. Add it up top. Somewhere over here that's like search for, and then the input would be whatever, and you could see who has it in their boxes, then you could go visit them. That's awesome. And even if they displayed how much they're selling it for, that would be so cool. That way I don't have to go through and look through all these people. And let's say, for example, that someone all the way over here towards the middle of the bottom, let's say I go over to Ashley, and Ashley does not have that fish, but like I want to go to the person directly underneath Ashley. The game automatically defaults it to the very top, so now I gotta scroll all the way back, find where's Ashley at? Like, okay, so now I gotta go over here. Like, how silly is that? Just default back to where we were. That's very easy to fix. Anyway, other than that, there's really no point, if you take a look, there's no point in being a level. Like, right, I'm at level 40 right now, but no one can see that unless you're, like, watching me play my game on YouTube. You can't really do that. But if you go to friends, I'd like to see, like, right next to their name, like, what level they are. Or underneath their little face right there, we can totally see level 40, level 50. So that's kind of like, hey, bragging rights. I've been playing the game since before launch. I've been playing since the Australian release. I'm so hardcore at the game. Look at me, I'm at level 60. You know, that would be really cool. I would like to see that. Because I'm curious, like, how many of these people are, like, level 40 or lower, level 40 or higher. Anyway, we're going to continue on. Let's do this. Show the level experience. Add a request for resources is what I put down. Put a little button on the bottom there that says, I'm looking for, let's call it crucian carps. I'm looking for crucian carps. I don't really want to do any fishing, and I don't have any luck with the fishing of that thing. So I'm looking for that. Who's got it? So then maybe people can see those requests. You can have requests, not just like villagers, but with your actual friends. That would be really fun. And then people would totally sell it to you. You'd put a listing price of how much you want to pay for it, and then people could like go over and give it to you. That would be awesome. Okay, so then that's it. Okay. Then if someone asks you to lend a hand, I'd like some sort of notification that pops up. Either like a push notification that is on the very top of your screen that comes out, or something that happens on screen over here, other than that red exclamation mark in the corner. Maybe if they change the red exclamation mark to a little shovel icon, that would be pretty cool. But anyway, that's really all I have to say about the friends list. All right, moving on. So, we talked about the market box in the friends list, right? We talked about these things. You can buy more market boxes. You can list any of your items as far as your resources go. into any of these things right over here, right? You can sell all of your fish. You can do a max of 10. Now, what I would like to see is if you decide to put up your super rare tuna, right? You can put it up at 50,000, right? A lot of people, if you have, you know who you are. You're like, oh, dude, I caught a tuna. I'm going to go list it in my market box for 50,000 bells. And then you do that, and it sits in there, and you've wasted a market box because no one in their right minds is going to pay you 50,000 bells for a tuna when the tuna absolutely has no effect in the game whatsoever other than actually having it. We'll get into that later. So, yeah, now when you put something in the market box, so for example, I'm going to put this, where's that coconut? Oh, we all have coconuts here. So when we list something in the market box, it's in there. It's in there for good. If you want to remove it off the market box, it gets erased. Like, I don't know, it's been sitting in there for so long that the coconut turns into mush, or the fish is like a dead fish. I don't know what the reasoning is, but I would hope that in the future we can change the listing price. I.e., all those people that listed that 50,000 tuna, you can put it down to 10,000 and maybe you'll sell it rather than just up and losing it. You know what I mean? So that was pretty cool. Allow you to change the prices of the listed items instead of deleting a box, allowing us to sell it at the lowest price possible. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to remove this one, and you can see right over here, it's just gone, and it's out of my inventory. So that's interesting. So other than that, I would really like to see the ability to sell furniture. Let's sell some furniture, right? And then, of course, you don't necessarily have to like unlock any crafting abilities or crafting quests when you do sell it. So for example, we've got all these animals here. Let's take a look at Maggie, right? So Maggie needs this. So the pothos, or actually let's talk about this, a barrel planter. All right. So let's say, for example, I said, hey, I want a barrel planter because, I don't know, I'm creating like a greenery area. I want a couple more of those. Anyone have them, right? So they would list the barrel planter and I would absolutely have it. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I would bypass this system. So you still would have to craft it in order to get that. Or else the whole idea of crafting for items would be obsolete. So I'd still like the ability to sell furniture. I would also like the ability to sell clothing. There's a lot of clothing items over here and I want to list it for people. And I don't want to talk about like selling it to, I don't know, the Mabel sisters. I'm not talking about that. I want to sell it in my market box. So that, you know, I could say, hey, I accidentally picked up 2 of these shirts. Anyone want one? We'll get into that later too. Oh my gosh. We're going to be here for a while, guys. All right. So I'd like to sell clothing, right? That's easy. We should be able to also sell materials for money. Hey, I'm currently sitting on 326 of these papers. There's no way I'm going to sell a paper for 10 bells a piece. That's insane. But if I want to help out someone, I could throw up a bundle of 10 of them for, I don't know, 2,000, 3,000. And then you can go from there. Like, hey, I finished off my candy cane set in the holiday event, and I have 257 of these candy canes left over. I'm not looking at creating doubles. So can I sell 200 candy canes for, I don't know, 10K bells? Who would pay for that? You know what I mean? That people would love to pay for that. But yeah, same thing. Like, we want more cotton. Cotton is so rare in the game. Like, I want to be able to buy that from a market box. Preserves are so rare in the game. I want to be able to buy that from a market box. So anyway, so we talked about furniture, clothing, materials, allowing to change the prices of listed items, and instead of deleting a box, allow us to adjust it to the lowest price. Those are the 5 things that we talked about for market box. Let's move on. Okay, so here we go. We were talking about the friends list and visiting friends, right? We're going to go over here and talk to some friends. Who's here? Let's go to Sakura. Sakura is pretty much here. So now, like, I'm like, all right, well, what does Sakura have other than the rarest items in the game? 25K for these bugs. Like, what's the deal? So let's go visit, and I'll show you guys what can be improved upon the visit. Now, Animal Crossing has just announced a brand new update where you can absolutely, you can, like, start watering plants. That's going to be happening sometime very soon. That's cool. I'm excited for it. Good job, Animal Crossing team, for coming up with that idea. But here we go. As far as this recording goes, in the beginning versions here, the only thing you could really do is talk to your friends, right? You can talk to them, and you can give kudos. There's a lot of things that you can do. Let's talk about this for a second here. So giving kudos, right? You can give them kudos, which is cool. Yay, giving kudos. Now, that's awesome. Right. So now that we've given kudos, there's really no point in doing that, right? Other than if there is a timed goal that says give kudos to 10 players or something like that, then you can get it. But other than that, there's no point. Like, what's the point of doing that? Other than, if you take a look at that, if we look at our friends list, we can see who gave kudos to us. Like, what? Like, what's the point of this? Like, you gave kudos to me? Cool, that's nice, thank you. But there's no merit for it at all, aside from your timed quests. So what I would like to see is I would like to see some sort of benchmark rewards for reaching a certain level of kudos. As in, if you receive 100 kudos, here are some leaf tickets. If you receive 200, here is something else. You know, some sort of benchmark reward system that you get for doing that. So I think that would be great. Or if you receive 500 kudos, you get this exclusive furniture set or this exclusive clothing item. I don't know. Something more than just, oh, hey, these people said hi to you. That's great. Thank you. I mean, no offense to all you cool people, but I want more out of it. Okay, so other than that, I don't know if you guys notice, whenever you guys are in a camp, you can't look at your inventory. So if you're tight on space on your inventory, you're kind of out of luck unless you go through some backwards way of looking at it. So I'm looking over here at Sakura and I'm like, all right, so what do I want to buy? Do I want to buy any of these items here? No, I don't necessarily need all the super rare items in the game. But of course, if there was a character that I visited, let's see, for example, let's go visit someone. We're going to go visit someone with some random items. Christina over here, you've got to see like all the, that's fine, that's fine. I'll go visit Christina. Putting all the rare items in your boxes, man, that's going to turn people off from visiting you. What people really want is fruit, and they want common items, just so they don't have to sit there all day and go fishing for a rare fish that's not going to show up. So anyway, we're going to go click on Christina over here, and so let's say, for example, I want to buy some stuff, right? I'm pretty low on peaches, so I'm going to go buy some peaches, right? But at the same time, I'm like, okay, well, how low am I on peaches? How much market space do I have in my inventory? Like, what's the deal? Like, I want to be able to know this stuff. But of course, some people can argue, oh yeah, you should look at your inventory before going in. That's not the point. The point is, I want to be able to see, like, on screen right now, how many peaches do I really have? Do I remember that? Do you expect me to remember all, like, 50 different items and the quantities I have at any given time? No, you don't. You want to be able to see, like, how many you have. Maybe when you click on this, it should say, currently have out of 10. Or out of, I don't know, 250 inventory spaces. It should say something like that when you click on it. But of course, there's a backwards way around of doing it, which is going over here, going to your market box, clicking on list, and then looking at your quantities. Why do I have to click 5 things in order to see my inventory? You know what I mean? So now we found out, oh, I've got 6 peaches. What else do I have? You know what I mean? Like, I could use some more pails. I could use some more of those brown shells over there. All right, so then at the same time, I gotta go exit out. I gotta go click on her again. I gotta see exactly what I want with my market box. But then it's like, oh, I didn't look at how many of these yellow butterflies I need. Do I really need them? I don't know. I should. You get the point. I won't beat that into you guys. So that's an easy fix. I don't know why that's not there. How'd you guys miss that? Anyway, we're moving on. So that's what I want to do with visiting friends. I love the fact that they're going to be doing something in Animal Crossing right over here, which is an update, a major update coming. So it's going to be gardening. Of course, if you guys are watching this in the future, then cool. You got it. Awesome. Good job. But this is meant for right now, right here with all of you guys. So, of course, there's going to be a gardening area where your friends can come over and visit for you. No idea what that is yet, but I'm glad that they included something else. All right, so visiting friends, super cool. I like it. Congratulations, nice stuff over there. So let's leave. We're gonna go back home, and we're gonna move on to our next point, which is the Shovel Strike Quarry. All right, so Shovel Strike Quarry is kind of one of those reasons why you want to have friends in the first place, right? So if you go over to map, if you click on Shovel Strike Quarry, you can see what the reward is at any given time, and you can absolutely enter there simply by using your leaf tickets. If you want to spend your 20 leaf tickets, I wouldn't recommend it. Or you can enter with help from friends. You need 5 more players to agree to help. We talked earlier about that little shovel icon that people asked me for. This is exactly that. So clicking on that, literally, I've done this so many times and you guys know it too. You find that one sweet spot on your phone and then you just press this. You find that sweet spot and you go like this all day until you get every single one of your people. You guys know what it is. You guys know you do this every single morning when you wake up. You're just like, all right, let's go. I'm gonna spend 5 minutes asking for all these people for help, and then it's just like, come on, like, what's the deal? I want to be able to have a way that you can ask everyone, Or, I don't know, is that too spammy? No, I don't think so. Ask everyone. I don't want to do this for 10 hours, you know? Ask everyone and then go from there. And likewise, just send it back, you know? It's quite interesting. So, anyway, add a request all button. I think that would be pretty cool. You can see that everyone's there. Now, one of the other things, too, that's not mentioned in the game is what are the rewards that you get? Of course, if you go into Shovel Strike Quarry, if you hit stuff, you're going to get silver, gold, and it doesn't say, like, the listing of what's available. I more recently found out that there's no ruby or sapphire when you go into Shovel Strike Quarry, and there's an exclusive reward such as candy canes. It's just not there. But if you go in on anything else, you can find some other things. I would like a little list or an explanation of what's available over there, how many bells could you possibly get, what's the exact worth of them. Like, it doesn't need to be a secret. There's no point in that. At least have Isabel tell me what that stuff is, right? So anyway, that's Shovel Strike Quarry for you. So that's pretty interesting. All right, so here we go. Let's go over to the campground, right? You guys are all, or actually, we're in the campground. Let's talk about the campground for a second here. So as you guys can see, we have the full completed set of Christmas. Congratulations, that was one of the first major events that came out in the game. I totally rushed through and got everything over there. We've got some amenities that are happening over here, and we've got some empty space over here that we can totally build on. But as you guys can see on the bottom here, there's a lot of wasted space. This is wasted space over here. We're not going to go anywhere. But this is wasted space here. There's wasted space right over here. There's really nothing there. So if you take a look, and this is where you can put furniture at, the entire bottom section here is unused. It's like, what's the deal? So what we should be able to do is, okay, pay leaf tickets. I don't mind. Leaf tickets are the way that Animal Crossing Pocket Camp is going to make money. Let's all put it out there. They want to make money. It's fine. It's fine. I don't mind spending money, but I want to be able to spend money on something that's worthwhile. So that would be really awesome if you can do 4 more little squares of fully customizable outdoor furniture right over here, right? That would be awesome. So add more space with purchasable with bells or tickets. I think that tickets would make sense. It would make it kind of locked behind the tickets because you just have to think of it that way. If I say everything with bells, then obviously the leaf tickets are going to have no point. So anyway, either have the availability to put furniture in these 2 spots over here that you could put in, or maybe some more amenities. Maybe you can have one of each of the amenities for the different 4 natures in the game. That would be pretty cool. I'd like that. So what else did I put down over here? A camp layout save feature. I think that would be great. How many of you guys have accidentally, when you invited someone into the camp, you've accidentally said, like, leave all the stuff there, and then now you have to go redesign your entire campsite. So there should be maybe some 1 or 2 or 3 presets. And of course, if you want more presets, pay for them with leaf tickets, right? So that's that. All right, so that's interesting. Let's see, camp layout feature. Add bug and fish displays I put down over there. Simply because if you guys have played any other Animal Crossing game, if you catch like a hammerhead shark or, you know, something really huge like a tuna or something, you want to be able to put it down and like put it in a little aquarium. That would be really awesome. So I want to be able to do that. I want to go over here. I want to look at this little spot here. I want to place an item. And unfortunately, see, like you can't put like preserves or any of your materials on there. And of course you can't put any of your items on there. I'm like clicking that area, but it's faded out. You can only put furniture. So why lock that? Why can't I put like an apple on the table? Or, I don't know, a can of preserves on the table, right? Is it not 3D modeled? What's the deal? I want to put my giant tuna or my football fish over there. Like, I want to show off that I caught it. But apparently you can't. So I don't understand why you can't do that. All right, so what else we got here? Oh yeah, for some reason, like, you can't have 2 carpets. Like, what's the deal with that? So let's look at furniture. Here we go. So I'm going to place this carpet, right? So I got this kitty carpet over here, right? So I'm going to place that one. And then if I want to place another carpet, I think I have another. Yeah, if I want to place this carpet, like, what's the deal? I can't place 2 carpets. I want 2 carpets. There's enough space for it. Why can't I put it there? I don't know. It's super silly. All right, we're never going to mind that layout. All right, so I want to put 2 carpets. It's a no-brainer. Like, that's easy programming. All right, moving on. Let's see, what else? Have animals stay in one place upon talking to them. Yeah, that was a pretty interesting one. So if you guys are on top of efficiency in Animal Crossing, where you guys are here every hour, on the top of the hour, you talk to every single one of the people in your campsite, And then you know that if you go talk to, I don't know, Kyle over here for a second, what's the latest? He gives you something that's pretty great. Or he just doesn't. That's fine. And then sometimes he just teleports out of the way, and everyone else in the entire place teleports. It's like, how do you keep track of who's in here? He's just gone. We were just talking. I'm so glad I got that to work. He was gone. So it's like, all right, so I talked to Kyle. If you have a full campsite, you're like, it's inevitable. You're going to maybe miss one of them. Come on now, just stay put. Like, what's the deal? Why are you guys leaving? Man, stay put. Especially you, Jay. Give me some more preserves, dude. Anyway, okay. So let's talk about, now that the campground is already talked about, we talked about adding more space with bells or tickets. We talked about adding room for all the amenities, sacrifice furniture layout for amenity space in case you only wanted one of those. We talked about the camp layout save feature. We talked about adding bug and fish displays. We talked about allowing 2 carpets. And of course, we talked about having the animals stay in one place after talking to them. Don't give them teleportation powers. Done. All right, here we go. Next up is the economy. Let's talk about the economy for a second here. Now, of course, in the economy of Animal Crossing, bells, you don't really buy too many things with bells. Of course, you can go over here to OK Motors. You can pay off your loan. Oh my gosh, don't get me started on that. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, bells are used for pretty much buying things from other people's campsites. Of course, whenever you talk to Reese about crafting things, each of these items costs a certain amount of bells in order to purchase them. Sure. But I would like to be able to buy more things with bells. I'd like to be able to buy request tickets with bells. If you guys don't know what request tickets are, I don't even know where you can see your inventory of request tickets, to be honest. But you should be able to go over and purchase them with bells so that you can do more requests with your villagers and you can max them out a lot faster. So those are some of the things that I want. A request ticket is like, okay, so you go over to the map. You go over to, let's say, Filbert over here, and if you guys all know, you can talk to them 3 times, you can do 3 requests, and you can talk to them once for tell them a story, whenever they're in one of the satellite little islands over here. If you want more requests other than the 3, per the 3-hour rotation, you're going to have to use those request cards, and you can use a certain amount of them. Now, I'd like to be able to purchase those with bells, but of course, that would kind of, I don't know, it would negate, like if you don't have a request ticket, you can use leaf tickets for that. But I still want to be able to purchase them, you know what I mean? Other than that, I would like to be able to purchase calling cards. So for example, if you are over here in your contacts, if you're looking at, who's my favorite guy right now? Hopkins. If you're looking at Hopkins and you're like, oh man, dude, Hopkins, you're at level 11. Oh, I really want that real cool Game Boy, that giant Game Boy. I really want to craft it, and I really want you in my town. But of course, he's not in the 3-hour rotation. You can use a calling card and call them over there. But he's already here, so we're not going to call him. And that reminds me, I better go talk to him so I can boost up his friendship. So I want to be able to purchase those calling cards too. Now, also, we know that, I talked about it a little bit earlier. If we look at our, sorry, not crafting. Let's look at our items. We'll take a look at our crafting materials. We should be able to purchase some of these with bells. You can go ahead and name your price, Animal Crossing. Name your price. 10,000 for a pack of, I don't know, 30. I don't know, I'm just throwing that out there. Name your price. I just feel that right now, in the economy of Animal Crossing, the animals are way too stingy with all their items, and I'm not getting enough stuff. Everyone gives us steel. Everyone gives us, what else? What's the other thing? Like wood. Wood and steel is a majority, but like the minorities are pretty much preserves and paper. I don't really need paper right now, but there's not too many animals at the time of recording that give that stuff out. It's very, very limited. So anyway, I want to be able to purchase all that stuff with bells so that we can have them a little bit more accessible. All right, so we talked about the economy, right? We talked about allowing to be a little bit more generous with calling cards, request tickets, materials, and essences to be purchased with bells or other items, right? So here we go. Now let's talk about the notification setting. So there should be some sort of option in miscellaneous or settings that says enable push notifications, right? Some of you guys are, I don't know, some of you guys are, you know, on your phone. You're like, all right, cool. I want to know when the next rotation is. Of course, if you guys are hardcore people, you guys have your alarm set, right? For 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock. You guys know those rotations, but for some of us that are not super hardcore, we want to be able to see like a push notification that you can drag down from the top of your screen that says, oh, hey, so-and-so is in town, come on in. Or I want to see, other than the camper rotations, who's here, I want to be able to see, okay, I want to see the shop rotation. Like, for example, we take a look at map, we go over here to the shop, I want to jump on in, I want to see who's over here. I want to see, okay, is Kix here? Is, yeah, Kix is here. Pretty cool. Is Mabel or Sable here? Is LaBelle here? What's going on? I want those push notifications. Also, I want to be able to push notify any of these crafting items. I want to be able to say, okay, well, let's craft, I don't know what the heck this thing is. We can order it for, yeah, right. I'm never going to order this. But anyway, this is going to be 21 hour. So I want to be able to have a push notification that says, hey, so-and-so, your thing is ready in 21 hours, rather than saying, okay, Google, set an alarm for 21 hours from now.
Done. Your alarm's set for tomorrow at 8:03 a.m.
All right. So, no, I don't want... I need to cancel that. I'm going to be woken up. But anyway, so that's one of the things, too. Like, I want to be able to be done with that. So, yeah. That's exactly what I want to do. But I don't want to... I mean, I could use... Okay, I can use that assistant in order to help me out with that. But I want to push in notification for it. So anyway, moving on. Inventory right over here. So let's do this. So inventory, wow, inventory is probably one of the biggest things that I would think of right now. So you take a look at your inventory, right? And you can see exactly what you got. I spent a lot of leaf tickets so I could carry more things in my pocket so I don't have to keep on worrying about space. I've got 240 space right now, but I want to be able to see everything on the heads-up display. I want to see how many inventories I got right now, or like how full are my pockets. Because when you go over to your places, right? So let's go over to... No, let's go over to the place where the fruit is. Let's go over this hollow. Now, sometimes you're like, all right, well, do I necessarily need to shake this tree, or should I leave the fruit on the ground? Should I pick them up? Like, I don't know how many I have right now. So let's say, for example, right over here where it says items, it should say how full your pouch is, right? It should say, like, out of 240, 100 something. Or, you know what I mean? Like, whenever we're hovering over items, like right now we're hovering over a peach. I want to be able to know how many peaches I have in my bag and how full my bag is, right? Or at least just give me how many peaches I have. So I should know, okay, do I need to pick these up right now? No, you don't necessarily need to pick up the peaches. You can leave them on the ground until they're ready, you know what I mean? Or at least in 3 hours. So I want to see that. So same concept. If you're going over there and fishing for bugs, or sorry, fishing for fish, that makes sense, or catching bugs. Let's go over here and catch some fish. So I want to be able to know like what exactly our inventories are of any fish or any bug that you catch simply upon catching them. So let's take a look. Right over here, who do we have? Watch me catch a tuna. Yeah, right. I've never caught a tuna yet. So we're gonna catch this fish, and of course we're gonna hold it up. Boom! In before olive flounder. Great. So I want to see olive flounder and then it show how many you have on hand. It's a simple cosmetic fix, right? All right, so what else we got? I did like that. Okay, so show those guys. Allow the sorts by type. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. How many guys are really bugged? Bugged. How many guys are really bugged out about just the way all this is sorted? This is sorted by the most recent. And of course, if you run out of something, then you pick that item up again, it's going to be at the top of your list. I want to be able to sort this stuff. Sort by fruit, sort by common fish, sort by super rare fish. I don't necessarily need to show my tuna, football fish, rainbow trout. I don't need to show those guys at the very top of my list. I want to throw them towards the bottom. Sort by common bugs, sort by common fish, sort by coral, all that stuff. I want to be able to sort that stuff. It's easy, right? All right, so here we go. So for example, whenever you're at max capacity on your stuff and you pick up something, it forces you to sell it. It forces you to get rid of something. Instead of forcing us to get rid of something, how about just dropping it? Like in old Animal Crossing games, just drop it back on the floor. Oops, I don't really want to sell something. I just want to drop it on the ground. So that's something. All right, so here we go. If you guys have been playing this game a lot, you guys know there's a lot of clothing in the game. You can see over here that the clothing is all over the place. You can have multiple pieces of clothing. You can have, separates. I want to be able to favorite some clothing, right? Favorite a whole outfit. Maybe in case I want to do like a Sunday outfit or a Saturday outfit or my green outfit or my limited edition Google Play exclusive KK Slider shirt outfit. You know what I mean? Like if I want to be able to wear that stuff at any given time rather than sorting through all of it, I want to be able to favorite some stuff. That's easy. All right, and of course, for furniture, there should be some sort of search. There should be some sort of search. If you guys are playing this game a lot, you have crafted so many pieces of furniture. If you're looking for it, give me a search for it. You know, I want to find teddy bear without looking through all these things. I want to find, you know, if I have this certain item. So give me a sort for that. All right, so those are my little constructive criticism about inventory and how to fix that. So here we go. This one's going to be villagers. Now, if you guys are into the metagame of Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, you guys know that all the villagers have their own nature, right? You got cool, you've got sporty, you got cute, and you got natural, right? Those are the four main natures. I want to be able to sort the characters by their nature. And of course, yeah, sure, if you're hardcore, you'll memorize. Oh yeah, Apollo is, I don't remember. Jay is sporty, I remember that. Cherry is cool, Bunny is cute, Eloise is natural, Lily is cute, Bo is natural, Blueberry is, I don't even remember. You know, it's like there's over 40 animals in the game. I want to be able to sort them by, you know, whatever their nature is. So for example, like Blueberry, in case you guys didn't know that, you can see the profile, it says cute right over there. So that's the preferred theme. And of course, if you're going to do an unveiling of an amenity, you know to add 5 of the same natured amenity villagers over there so you get a boost in experience. So that's kind of what you do. I want to be able to sort those guys. All right, other than that, I want to see something about a visual. I want a visual about their prerequisites. Every single one of these villagers, like Blueberry, for example. No, I'm sorry, Blueberry. No, that's a bad example. How about we look at, I don't know, Peanut, for example here. In order to get Peanut to visit your camp, you need to do one of, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things, right? So you can get that friendship up. You got to collect a lamp, plant, table, sofa. What I want to do is I want to know, like a visual indicator, how close they are until they're actually on board with coming on and being invited. So you can see Roald over here is 100%. You've got Hamlet. I don't know. Like, I don't know what to craft next. Hamlet is at, you know, he's at a 0%. I don't have him ready. So other characters like Bud, for example. Bud he's also at like a, I don't know, like a 20%. He's at 20%, for example. Yeah, because it's based off of 5 things. Chrissy, for example, here is 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's great. So you're at 2, 4, 6, 8. You're at 80% done. No, I don't know. 60% done. Yeah, you're at 60% done. All I need to do is 2 more. So that way I have a better understanding of who I need to craft for in order to get them in. Of course, it's quality of life. All right, so let's see. Oh, yeah, let's talk about that. So you talk to villagers, right? You talk to villagers, and of course, they'll ask you for stuff. Let's do this right over here. This guy's asking for these little green bugs. And yeah, we can absolutely give it to them. That's fine. Go for it, Filbert. I don't know what you're going to do with the green bugs, nor do I know where you get all this money from purchasing them. But I would really like it if there was some sort of way that your villagers would ask for these super rare items. Okay, so get this, right? So we got some money based off of these really, really common green bugs. But as of recording this, there's none of the villagers will ask you for these super rare items, such as the koi, such as the football fish, blowfish, rainbow trout, tuna, or Miyama stag. None of the villagers asked for that stuff. And of course, whenever you sell something to a villager, they pay top dollar for it. So I can understand why they're not asking for the tunas, because then that would totally break the game, the economy of the bells, because then they'd pay you 50,000 bucks for it, or at least 10K for it. And then that would totally break the system. But I don't know, maybe if you reach them to level 20, and then they'll start asking you for all these rare fish. Because there's really, right now, as we're playing, there's no point in having them, other than just like a trophy in your inventory. So that's one of the things too. All right, so villagers, allow sort by nature, allow visual progress indicator, and of course, allow generous incentive for completing a request for a super rare item. Got it. All right, so other things that we could take a look at is catalog, right? So this is the catalog. In case you guys haven't browsed it, you can see exactly how far you are into the game. All of you guys that are completionists on there, you guys are going to want to get every single piece of furniture, every single piece of clothing, all the amenities, and all the special items. Trust me, I know you guys are out there. But, of course, there's really no catalog for fish or bugs. And I didn't understand that. So, add it. That's what I want. Add a fish encyclopedia. Add a bug encyclopedia. So that you guys can indeed say, hey, you know what? I got a tuna. Regardless if I paid for it or if I caught it myself, I have it in my Pokedex. So that's great. So that's the catalog. I'd like to see some upgrades on that. That's pretty interesting. All right, so over here, amenities. Let's talk about amenities. So when you craft amenities, you only have one space for amenities. Some of you guys that paid the additional bells for paid the additional leaf tickets for multiple craft spots, I want to be able to, with the amenities, I want to be able to craft more than one of them. If you see over here, all these amenities are, if you go to order screen, they take a long time. This is 48 hours for this picnic set. That's 2 days, right? Of course, you can pay leaf tickets and have it faster, but I want to be able to craft multiple amenities. Like here, for example, there should be an option that says, do you want to craft another amenity? You're already working on one right now. And of course, yes, I know there's one that says complete and I can easily craft one right now. That's not the point. The point is, I want to be able to sacrifice my 3 benches to craft another amenity. I think that would be pretty cool. Because right now, like, if I'm really low on materials, I'm not going to be crafting things. I'm going to be working on getting and gathering all those materials. So these benches are a waste of time and space. So that's kind of what I think about that. And I know that with the amenities, a lot of you guys have not enjoyed the fact that as soon as you get an amenity, you don't even get to appreciate it because you're already working on the next one. And of course, you're just hearing the banging and the crashing and everything like this in your campsite, which is really not that fun. So another one of the feedback that a lot of you guys have asked for is maybe there should be an ability to leave the original look of the older amenity while this thing is moving, or I don't know, do something else with it. But I guess it's reality, right? It's under construction. Anyway, so moving on, that's amenities. Dude, we are almost done, and I'm glad you guys are watching so far. But all these things is exactly what every single one of you guys have thought about. I know it is. Anyway, so moving on, let's go to the shops. So we went to the shops earlier, right? So the shops are pretty interesting. Now, I would like, just like the Shovel Strike Quarry says, oh yeah, we got candy canes over here. I want to be able to see who's in the shop right over here. Those of you guys that memorize the entire shop rotation every X amount of hours, whatever, that's cool. But for those of us that don't, I want to see a picture of Kix. I want to see a picture of Timmy and Tommy. Well, they're always there. A picture of LaBelle or Mabel or Sable. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see them on there. All right, so other than that, let's jump in, and I'll show you guys what other things that I would like to see change in this game. So here we go. If you're on Kix right now, and you see these really cool looking snow boots, I probably already have a pair, but you click on them, and Kix, he's not going to care. He's not going to care if you already own a set, right? So I would really like some sort of way of displaying if you already own them. Or for example, maybe like an exclamation mark that says new or unowned right next to it. Because I've been a victim of it where I'm like, oh dude, sweet, these boots, I'm a completionist. I'm going to buy every single one of these things. And then I look at my clothes later, I'm like, why do I have 5 pairs of snow boots? Like, what's the deal? So of course, I would like some sort of indicator that says if you own it or not. But anyway, I mean, these are so inexpensive that it really doesn't matter. So I would also like a try before you buy preview. That would be pretty cool. Like, do I want to see what these boots look like on me? Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. So other than that, let's see. Display what characters are here. Display how many you currently own. Highlight new items. Try before you buy. And then, of course, right over here, this would be great. So let's say, for example, I did buy 3 pairs of snow boots, which I probably did. You can go over to Kix and you can sell some stuff, right? You can go over and you can sell any of your items. Let's say, for example, hats. Do I have doubles of hats? Yeah. So, for example, I bought 2 of these green hats over here. I don't know how or why. I can go ahead and sell it, right? Instead of selling it for 64 bells, I would like to be able to recycle it for materials, right? Recycling it for materials. Give me 2 pieces of cotton for it. That would be awesome. That would be a cool way of promoting people buying all the clothing, buying all the reruns, and of course getting something out of it. I'm not expecting 10 pieces of cotton, but like give me something rather than just 64 bells. 64 is nothing. Anyway, so that's really all I have for that. It's the same thing about furniture too. Like you come over here and you're like, dude, come on. You're giving me the same like 10 items every single time, but nonetheless, I can buy them and then I could recycle them for maybe wood or maybe, I don't know, steel. Whatever he's got over here, I'd like to be able to do that. So that's pretty cool. All right, here we go. Let's talk about OK Motors. Moving on. Whew. No, I got burnt. I got burnt from OK Motors, and this should not be a thing right now. I'm starting to I'm starting to creep into the other side of not necessarily giving constructive criticism versus like me being angry because I'm slightly going. Anyway, so OK Motors. Now, here's the thing, right? So with OK Motors, you can take a look at your loan. I don't have any loans to pay. You know what that means? I spent over, I don't know, over $500,000 bells over here on Giovanni and the Three Stooges, and they haven't given me anything for it other than a cool customized camper. Trust me, like, I have not done anything with my camper. I don't have enough cool stuff in there. Yeah, I don't really have stuff. We just have a little TV that plays the same 3 screens of soccer every single time. There's no 3 a.m. UFO show or anything like that. No, of course not. There's no different channels that you can change in this game. No, they didn't program that. Yeah, so this is the big camper. This is the maxed out camper. You can see over here, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 5 by 8 giant square, which is pretty interesting. That's the biggest top for the camper. And then, of course, if you go to the bottom, you can see the other side. And this camper is huge, right? It's huge inside. It's cool. All of you guys that like making the themes, so the top floor and the bottom floor are going to be the exact same size. Those of you guys like making themed rooms, it's fun. It makes us remember Animal Crossing from the old days, right? Animal Crossing Pocket, not Pocket Camp, Animal Crossing New Leaf, City Folk, Wild World. All those games, that's what the camper is all about. It's preserving that sense of Animal Crossing. But how do you guys not give us a golden statue of our villager in our campsite when you finish the final loan? I don't understand that. So, like, I paid the final loan on episode 15 of my Let's Play, and I'm like, come on, let's go. Let's get this golden thing. You've done it in every single Animal Crossing. That's considered beating the game to some people. We beat the game. We didn't get anything for it. Isabel didn't even give us any stretch goals for it. Not even a, hey, congratulations, here's 20 Leaf tickets for completing your final loan. We didn't get anything like that. Are you kidding me? Like, what are you doing? Oh, man, I got so upset. And I'm starting to get upset right now, but we're calming down. This is really a constructive criticism. Like, spoilers, don't pay off your last loan. That's it. Be in debt to Giovanni, this little guy right over here. Be in debt 250K. You don't ever have to pay him because there's no point in doing so. So, as of right now, there's nothing for it, so don't do it. Okay, other than that, the camper redesign, it's the same size. How is that physically possible? Like, you go over to this camper design, and it's the same model every time you upgrade it. So if you go over here to, let's say, if you go to your friends, let's go over to a friends area. Let's do this. Let's go over to Colleen's. Let's go visit. I don't even care. We're going to show you my camper, which is completely maxed out. It's the same physical model, aside from the small detail. It's the same physical model as Colleen's is. And that shouldn't be the way that it is. Like, if you see someone's camper, you should automatically know, oh, wow, dude, that person's got a maxed out camper. Awesome. Kudos to you for paying over, I don't know, 500, $500,000 bells for it. That's awesome. But it's not that way. And I know sometimes, like, okay, hey, you can see your friends' campers if you go to their friend's site. But at the same time, I don't know if you guys noticed, but you get a lot of random people that come to your village or come to your little satellite islands, and you can make friends with them. You can see their market box. You can do a lot of that stuff. I don't know if there's going to be someone over here. Yeah, like this person here. Who's this? Oh, yeah, dude looks just like me with green hair. That's right. Okay, so this is Shy Guy 198. Great. So with Shy Guy 198, I want to be able to tell if he's got a maxed out camper, and he can't. I can't tell unless I walk inside it, but I'm not going to do that. I want to be able to tell from the exterior. So that's my little spiel on OK Motors, right? All right, so now moving on. I want to try to keep this like under an hour. I don't know if I will, but anyway. So crafting, right? How many guys, everyone loves crafting, right? You get some stuff, you get some prerequisites, you can get all of your animals ready. It's all there. So crafting, I want to be able to sort all this furniture by crafting time, right? How long is it going to craft? A lot of you guys that are micromanaging all of your time in the game, you guys know that, hey, before you go to bed, you should totally put something that's, I don't know, 6 to 8 hours that crafts overnight. So you can wake up in the morning, claim it, and then craft something new. So that's kind of one of the things that I want to do. I don't really want to go over here and say, okay, well, here's a rug. I got to click twice. I got to scroll. And, oh, that's 7 hours? Yeah, I'll probably get 7 hours of sleep. You know what I mean? Or if it's like, oh, here's this little cutout thing. Or here's this tiki torch. I'm going to craft over here. I got to scroll down. Oh, 4 hours? Doesn't seem a good use of time. So I need something a little bit longer. So that's kind of what I want. I want to be able to sort everything by completion time. And sometimes some of you guys have accidentally clicked on craft, for example, ordered it, and didn't realize that you either have another one crafting at the same time or you've already crafted it. And as soon as you craft it, it's already there. You can't uncraft it. So it's going to be working. There's got to be a way of canceling, or at least giving me half the materials back since you started working on it. Something like that. All right. That's pretty cool. Other than that, taking a page, I would say in... You guys know Mario Odyssey. Mario Odyssey has a very cool camera feature. I want to be able to use that. So like, let's say for example, if I want to take a nice picture of my 100% completed campsite of all the Christmas stuff, I want to be able to do so, right? Of course, you can do screen caps and whatnot. If you guys have a Google Pixel, you guys know how to do a screen cap, right? Power, and then you just press like down, and you could do a screen cap, right? But like, there's all the heads-up display items in the way. Like, I don't want to do that. I want to be able to take a picture and be able to share it on social media. There should be, I don't know, maybe a button over here and more that's a picture of a camera, and then you can maybe zoom in a little bit, kind of like what you do in your room. But sometimes, like when you catch a fish or something like that, if you catch a rare tuna, you guys are going to screen cap it and share it to your friends because that's a fun opportunity. Whenever you catch a rare item, it should automatically prompt you, hey, do you want to share this on social media? Oh yeah, do you have your Twitter linked, right? You've got your Facebook linked. Let's share it on there. I think that would be really cool. So yeah, that's social media. Done. All right. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is all of my things that I feel can be improved in the game. And yes, it's a long list. And if you guys have watched the entire video, you guys are awesome. Thanks for doing that. Here we go. Now we're going to go into future events, right? We're going to talk about what would you like to see in the future of Animal Crossing, right? So in Animal Crossing games in general, we see things such as the bug catching competition, fish catching competition. All those things are really, really fun, and I like participating in them. So I really want Animal Crossing Pocket Camp to totally like take a page off of Fire Emblem Heroes. It's cool. You guys are the same company. It's all Nintendo owned. Take a page off of them and the voting gauntlets. Do like the Tempest Trials. If you guys don't know what that is, it's like a tiered reward system for everything that participates. Hey, heads up, we're doing a bug catching competition. Catch 10 bugs, get so-and-so essences. Catch 20 bugs, get so-and-so of this. Catch 100 bugs, get 20 leaf tickets. And there's like tiers every single time. I would love to see something like that. And of course, have the ability to see all the people on your friends list, how they're doing. Or how many people in the world. Do it like Pokemon Go. Like, hey, let's all go out there and catch Pokemon, and if we catch X amount of Pokemon, then we'll give you this. I would really like to see that. So bug catching, fish catching, same concept, do it. So I would also like to see a generosity event. Now, Animal Crossing has been doing pretty good on that. They've improved, I think it's like host the most event or something like that. Where is it? I don't think it's here anymore. I think it's gone. But they did a host the most event. And what they did was animals are feeling even more affectionate. So every time you talk to them, they're going to get a little bit more affection points. That's cool. But why don't we do a generosity event where all the animals will give you their native material a lot more. Rather than give me 1 piece of preserves from Jay, he'll give me 3. Something like that. Give me some sort of 20% up, 15% up, something like that. That would be pretty cool. Or like even let's do a double experience or double affection events. So let's say, for example, hey, thanks for playing Animal Crossing for 2 months. Right now, if you log in on Saturday and Sunday, we'll give you double experience for all the characters. And, of course, you'll get double affection points. That'd be pretty cool. Just for, like, 1 day. And then I would be like, oh, man, cool. I'm going to spend all my leaf tickets on affection. I'm going to do all my, all of my resources. I'm going to spend all of my little requests. I'm going to do everything, so that we get that nice thing again. Or maybe they're saving that for when the game hype kind of dies down a little bit. I would like to see that in the future. All right. Next thing that I got over here is have the timed goals a little bit more feasible. Now, some of you guys know what I'm talking about. So if you log in every single time, you can absolutely get a lot of timed goals. There's usually like about 3 or 4 of them on there. Time goals over here. So get coral, collect 6 of them. Hey, that's pretty easy. You can easily do that. Chat with animals visiting your campsite. That's a timed goal. That's super easy. There's been a couple of them that are like, catch 6 black bass for like 5 pieces of cotton or like 5 pieces of paper. It's like, really? The black bass is a rare item. How are you going to do that and expect people to do that? And the reward is just such garbage. Like, come on now. Anyway, so have the time goals a little bit more feasible. And they're doing that right now. Chat with your animal 16 times within a day. That's great. That's feasible. Collect 6 coral. Totally easy. So that's good. All right, so another one of the things, too, that I wanted to do is have more furniture interactivity. There's just a couple things. I don't really remember specifics right now. So if you go over to items, if you go into furniture, one of my favorite things in Animal Crossing, and a lot of you guys have done it, let me know in the comments, is you've made an entire room with all the furniture that's interactable, i.e. the drum. So if you got the drum, if you hit it, it makes a little tapping sound. Or if you have, I don't know, if you have the phone, it makes a ring whenever you're clicking on it. Or, oh, one of the most notable ones, it's like, where's the guitar at? Like, the guitar does nothing in the game. You just put it over there and you can't even strum it for the town tune in this game. Or like the drums, you can't do anything with that stuff. I want to be able to have a lot of these things like more interactive, if you guys know what I'm talking about. All right, so another thing I'd like to see in the near future is, let's see, what do we got? Crafting and patterns. Now, yes, clothes crafting is coming soon. I would love that. I would love to see that. And I would love to be able to have like a pixel editor like we did in all the other Animal Crossings. I would love to be able to sell my patterns in market boxes. That'd be really great. We would have the Abdallah Nation, like a little logo or something like that, and you can wear that on a shirt, and we could sell it for 10,000 bells, and you have the limited Abdallah Nation shirt. You know, something like that would be really cool. And yes, I understand, Animal Crossing is working on it. It's coming soon, but I'm still going to put that in there as things I'd like to see in the future. All right, some of the other things I noticed in the game. You can't name your camp. What's up with that? Like, why can't you name your camp? It's weird. As you guys can see over here, the wildlife in the game is pretty limited. This is pretty much every single one of the wildlife in the game. There's not too many fish. There's not too many bugs. There's like a handful of them. And yes, that gets boring very, very quickly. And it doesn't matter because all of the bugs are the same. All the rare bass are the same. All the tunas are the same. There's no, like, look at this one. I caught like a 50-pound tuna or like a 100-pound tuna. There's no variance. You either just catch this and you're done, or other things like that. I mean, like, if Pokemon Go can make Pokemon with different IVs and different hidden stats and natures and stuff like that, I think Animal Crossing can put a random number generator in there between, I don't know, 150 pounds, and then whenever you catch it, boom, you're done. You know? That'd be pretty cool. It'd make us want to catch even more. So I'd like that, and extend them too. Extend, like, I want to have like all the Animal Crossing models from the previous games, right? So extend catchable wildlife. So here's another thing too. Like, there's really no, okay, so this right over here, there's no point, or at least right now that we know of in the game's data, there's no point in having natured clothing. So this is a cute shirt. This is a sporty shirt. This is, you know, a cool vest. There's no point in having that stuff. Like, why is it natured? Unless you talk to the corresponding natured animal and they give you more affection, or they give you more preserves, or more of their materials. Like, give us a point in doing that. Other than that, like, why? Why is that like that? And the same thing with the furniture, too. Like, okay, it's historical. Like, what's the point? Why even do that? There's no historical natured characters, unless that's, like, planting the seeds for later on when we get historical natured people. Or, like, civic natured people I've seen. Or, like, hip. Hip's a thing, too. Now, hip is a nature. That's kind of cool. But what's the point of adding that nature to a particular furniture piece? I would assume that, okay, you're having a natural amenity unveiling. You bring all your natural units. You fill your entire campsite with natural furniture. You would expect all of that, like, feng shui would totally, like, boost up your experience even more. That's not in the game, but I would like it to be in the game. All right, last but not least, Tom Nook. Tom Nook and KK Slider. Oh my gosh, all of you guys, rest in peace. All of you guys that paid your tickets for these things. This is the worst thing ever. It's like, oh yeah, cool, limited edition. You get Tom Nook in the game, but he just sits in the chair and he does nothing. So you've essentially wasted your 250 leaf tickets that you could use to craft or buy more materials or etc., etc. I mean, at least with KK Slider, if you buy his little KK Slider's chair, he'll come over to your town and he'll like strum a guitar and play some songs. That's cool, but there's really no point in it. I mean, if you have him, I wouldn't be surprised if you do put him in a cage with your little fence in over there because you're so upset that he doesn't do anything. I would like to see something in the future where every Saturday you can go to KK Slider and you can absolutely, I don't know, get a CD from him, play a song. There's so many KK songs in the game right now. I would love to do that, and that would be so much fun. So yeah, that would be really cool. Like, and then you could have a boombox in your camper. You can insert the CD. You can play any of the KK tunes. That would be so awesome. And I mean, one of the things that I didn't mention earlier is the town tune. Like, you can't like do a town tune in this game. So in case you guys don't know what a town tune is, talk to someone for the first time. There's like a little jingle, dun 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 dun. Right? That's the town tune. Watch. I don't know if he did it. I gotta really listen. But anyway, some of you guys who played Animal Crossing before, you know what it is. And I like to make like Nintendo themed town tunes and some other really cool town tunes. I'd like doing that, so I'd like a town tune editor. Why not? Is that asking for too much? Let me know in the comments below. All right, well, that's going to be it. I wanted to keep this as close to an hour as I could. We went a little bit over, but all of these points are all valid points. And a lot of you guys on subreddits, message boards, even just thinking in your mind, a lot of you guys have thought about all these things, and you're like, yeah, you know what? Abdallah's really preaching home to me. So if any of you guys agree with all this stuff, and I really hope you do, I want you guys to come on board with Miscellaneous. Go to customer support. Like we talked about before, go over to feedback, type in what you thought or your request, click on the description, and in the comments below, I'll have you be able to copy paste whatever you want. You can copy paste it on your mobile device, enter it here, or just, you know, put the link of the video on there, and then we're just going to get everyone on board with it. Now, of course, I want you guys to get on board with that. Now, if I've forgotten anything that you would like to see in the game, then definitely let me know in the comments. That way, when the developers come over here looking for ideas of what to do next, they can actually read the comment section and see what's going on. No changes will happen unless we give that feedback, and that's the point of this video. That's why I spent an hour talking to you guys very passionately about Animal Crossing. Otherwise, you know what? What's the point? I want you guys to act upon it, and it's going to be so much fun. So ladies and gentlemen, that will indeed be the end. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to watch me play through being level 1 in Animal Crossing Pocket Camp to where I'm at right now, we of course have a playlist that you guys can take a look at in the description below. They're all about 1-hour episodes. We were very, very fortunate to get a very cool sponsorship with Google Play, and we gave away at least $250 worth of gift cards throughout our series, so that was super fun. But yeah, that's going to be it for me. Again, comment question today, what would you like to see improved and why? Let me know all that stuff. I'd love reading those things. And of course, make sure you jump into Miscellaneous. Go to customer support. Give that feedback. All right? Good. I trust that you guys are going to do it. And more importantly, share the video, dude. Share the video so we get more people on board with it. Am I right? Let's do it. So, thank you guys so much for watching. All of you guys that have watched for an hour and a couple of minutes, then you guys are great. Thanks for being here. Thanks for letting me rant at you. But ultimately, here's what this is. This is not me complaining about the game. Aside from the gold statue. Yes, that's a valid complaint. This is me giving a whole bunch of constructive feedback to make the game better. Trust me, I'm an Animal Crossing fan just like you guys are. I want to see this game be as successful as Fire Emblem Heroes is. Dude, Fire Emblem Heroes is amazing. It's like winning awards left and right. I play it every single day. I want this game to be exactly as successful. And only if this game gets some more dev support and support from us will it do that. So you guys can watch our playlist right over here for even more Animal Crossing shenanigans. It's super fun. You can take a look at the newest video on our channel. There's some recommendations there. You guys can follow me on all the social media. Make sure that you guys are subscribed for more Animal Crossing and Nintendo mobile games. But yeah, that's going to be me. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys so much for being here. And again, yeah, I really appreciate your support. Support the game, download it, give it a shot, and let me know if you agree with all this stuff. I'm looking forward to reading your comments. I will see you guys on the next one. Take care.